Thinking of improving the look of Skyrim on PlayStation 5, but worried about performance? Today, we're testing the 6 most popular grass mods to see which ones deliver stunning visuals without tanking your frame rate. Hi, RamNexus here. I make videos looking at the technical aspects of my favourite console games. Today, I'll show you screenshots side by side with the vanilla game so you can judge the visual changes for yourself. And I'll provide frame rate results obtained from performance tests. The order of the 6 mods reflects their popularity on the Bethesda mod site. It was meant to be a top 5, but in the end I kept the Skoglenti mod in because it's actually the most downloaded mod on this list, despite some big issues which you'll see later. In case you're interested, you can find similar videos on mods for Skyrim and Fallout 4 on my channel at RamNexus. Finally, if you're new to grass mods, remember you need to fully quit Skyrim and restart the game for the mod to load, sometimes twice, to ensure it's enabled. Number 6 is Kynes Grass. It has a mix of grass on Whiterun's tundra and thick growth in the pine forests. It's good to see areas cleared by settlers remain clear, as is this path to the Orc stronghold in Falkreath. Grass doesn't grow over roads, staying on the side, which looks good. Around volcanic pools, the grass is darker and longer than vanilla, unlike in some mods you'll see here. I do like the ground cover of fallen leaves here in Rift and Hold. From the watchtower, you can see the mix of grass types clearly. Grass is thicker than vanillas in the marshlands around Morthal, and there's only the occasional tuft of grass peeking through the snow, but a lot of grass here by the shore to the Sea of Ghosts. Let's look at how Kynes Grass impacted performance. For all frame rate tests, I just had the unofficial patch and a clear weather mod loaded. Skyrim without grass mods runs at a solid 60 FPS, but loading Kynes Grass brings it down to 45 to 50 in Whiterun's tundra. So yeah, that groan you can hear is my PS5 being forced to work hard to run this mod. On the shores of Lake Ilinalta, it sticks to 60 FPS with Kynes Grass enabled, though not all mods here do. At number 5 is Recolored Grassfield. This is an updated version of the original Grassfield mod, but with colour changes depending on the region, which makes sense. The mod author was looking to make a dense blanket of grass, and they really have. The work area is clear, but the road to the Orc stronghold is lost in the long grass, so load Lydia up with a mower maybe next time you want to visit the Orcs in Falkreath. The road near Solitude is clear, but the grass is a bright shade of green, which means it doesn't naturally blend with the snow grass at the higher altitudes. Similar to Kynes Grass, the brown grass in the volcanic pools is dense and tall. Grass in Riften is light yellow and more uniform and carpets the land as intended. Grass can grow closer to the waterline here. I really like the look of this snow grass. It's quite tall, but it looks like the snowgrass is also used by this mod in the wetlands around Morthal, which doesn't really fit. Finally, on the shore here we have a mix of grass, which gives a natural look. From the watchtower we can see how the tan-coloured grass blankets the tundra well. And since the grass is a similar colour to the underlying ground texture, the grass draw-in boundary that you can see running away from me as I walk toward Whiterun, it is noticeable, but it's not distracting compared to some of the other mods we'll look at. The Recolored Grassfield mod on PS5 didn't impact Skyrim's performance at all. It showed a solid 60 FPS in Whiterun's tundra and on the shores of Lake Ilinalta. Number 4 is the DaVinci Regions. I really like this grass mod on Xbox. It keeps Skyrim's original color palette. The roads here are left clear, as is the work area by the mill. DaVinci provides a good mix of different types of plants in the one location instead of just using the single type of grass. The blend from pine to snowgrass isn't as striking as with Kynes grass, since the green here isn't so vibrant. From the watchtower we can see the grass is not a uniform blanket, but the distribution is similar to Skyrim's vanilla grass. The grass draw boundary is still noticeable, but not distracting, I'd say. The grass does grow close to the waterline at times, more so than in the vanilla game. And the snowgrass is very sparse. Good news is DaVinci on PS5 sits at 60 FPS in both the tundra and on the lakeshore, no problems. Similar to other grass mods, DaVinci has a PS4 and PS5 version. Just so you know, this is what happens if you use the PS4 mod on the PS5. Looks like maybe that's what Skyrim looks like with too much skooma. I don't know. At number 3 is Verdant. Like most grass mods, it makes use of assets from previous grass mods but adds its own features. Verdant aims to increase grass density. I like the 2-layered grass here on the tundra. Pine forest grass is uniform, but not the vibrant green we've seen before. The work area is clear, but the path to the orc stronghold is obscured. But normally grass on the roadside stays on the roadside, and it is taller than the vanilla game. Looks good. The transition from pine to snowgrass was hard to test here, as there doesn't actually seem to be any snowgrass drawn. Grass does grow right up to the waterline. Personally, I'm not a fan, but it's not a big deal. Grass by the volcanic pools is similar to other mods we've looked at, though a bit less dense than some. You can see from this view on top of the Western Watchtower that Verdant Grass mod covers way more of the tundra with grass than the base game. Also, the colour chosen for the grass is quite different to the underlying landscape texture, which means the grass draw boundary is quite noticeable as we walk towards Whiterun here. Grass in Riften, the marshlands and the shoreline make a nice change, though I think they're similar to other grass mods we've seen. As for frame rate, Skyrim with Verdant Grass was at 60 FPS most of the time on the tundra, with a couple of very minor dips. These dips would probably not be noticeable when playing, I'd say, unless you're adding tree or landscape mods on top of this, then those little dips might end up being a lot bigger. But by the lakeshore here, frame rate dropped noticeably down to 46. It's interesting that these results are the opposite for Kynes grass, which had 60 here, but 45 on the tundra. So it seems there's different resources being maxed out here. I'm not quite sure why this is. Interesting. Number 2 is Cathedral Landscapes. There are a few Cathedral grass mods, but we're looking at Landscapes Green here. I chose Landscapes Green over the grass only version, as it has its own landscape textures and LODs, which help improve the look of the grass as it fades off into the distance. But if you plan to use tree or landscape mods that have their own LODs, you might be better off going for that grass only version. I like the high density of the grass here and its two-tone look, it's very natural. The work area at the mill is clear, and the path to the orc stronghold is visible. The new grass types look good here, I think. Most of the road is visible, but the green grass almost looks like lawn to me, which is okay for barbecuing in Skyrim, I guess. Anyway, the transition from pine to snow seems a bit harsh, again due to the brightness of the green grass. The mix of grass types by the volcanic pools is an excellent change, and these shots show off the different ground textures this mod uses. There's a solid layer of yellowed leaves from the aspen trees here in Rift and Hold. Again, that green grass seems a bit too uniform at times. I'm pleased to see grass stays clear of the water's edge. I like the snow grass in both of these screenshots. For some reason, there was zero grass in the marshlands west of Morthal, which I assume is a bug. I deleted and reloaded this mod just to check, but I got the same result. Looking at the tundra, we can see the two-tone grass is quite dense. The underlying land textures are also darker than vanilla Skyrim. The draw boundary is the same distance for this mod as all the others. This mod does have LODs, though this test is not really a fair assessment of a LOD. You'll notice the benefit of level of detail files in a mod when looking off at the horizon, not at the side of a hill like this. With Cathedral Landscape green loaded, Skyrim sat comfortably at 60 FPS when running through the tundra. This mod was designed to have zero impact on frame rate, and it has. Same, 60 FPS in the Lakeshore. And the most popular grass mod for Skyrim on the PlayStation 5 is Skoglendi. As the mod author notes, Skoglendi is a grass overhaul designed to create compelling and memorable environments while still offering great performance. Sounds good to me. There's both a green and a brown tundra version of Skoglendi. We're looking at the green since it was more popular. As has been common with these grass mods, there's a dense blanket of grass on the tundra and in the Falkreath pine forest, and on the slopes here near Markarth. 6 out of 6 mods kept the work area clear, which was not the case with the Xbox grass mods I looked at recently, but it's good to see. Again, the orcs will be happy their driveway is still visible with this mod. Those blue flowers are a nice touch in Riften. The forest grass still stops abruptly at high altitudes. As noted earlier, there appears to be an issue with this mod which becomes apparent when viewed from the watchtower. There are noticeable grass blocks of lower density, and I can't imagine this was intentional, but I'm not sure of the cause. I've not seen it before. But seriously, it kind of looks like someone started mowing it and then just given up halfway. If you're walking through the grass, it's not really noticeable, but you can easily see it, obviously from this tower, but also just on the side of a hill as you're walking by, exploring Skyrim. My attitude is nothing in Skyrim has to be realistic, but it does have to be believable, if that makes sense. And unfortunately, I don't believe that grass is natural. It takes me out of the game big time. I do like how the grass is all mixed up and not uniform in the volcanic pools. There's no snow-specific grass to be seen. The marsh grass is the same as in other mods. As for frame rate, with Skoglendi loaded up, FPS dips to 46 during the run through the tundra, and sat on 51 on the shore of Lake Elenalta. Both these scores are playable, I think, but may go lower if other terrain and other tree mods are also used. In terms of frame rate, reductions to 50 FPS get my attention, even though they may not really be noticeable when you're playing. They do get my attention given Skyrim's typically strong performance on the PlayStation 5. In a previous video, I had a look at the impact of simultaneously running 60 mods and how that affected frame rate, and found the results interesting, and you can find all the results in this video here. I should make it clear that this is not my personal top 6 grass mods. Number 1, Skoglendi wouldn't make it onto my list due to those graphical issues and low FPS. If I were forced to pick a preferred mod, I'd probably go with Vadersprom, though the snowgrass from Recompiled Grassfield is great, and the landscape textures from Cathedral add a lot of character. So that's my take, but I'd love to know yours. Based on these comparisons, which grass mod will you be installing? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more Skyrim and Fallout mod breakdowns, be sure to subscribe. Cheers, Ramnex is out.